Hey everybody, this is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. Today is August 26, 2019, and we are here for yet another Monday Mystery Game, this time number 729. The arcade is filling up quick and pretty much at capacity. We're going to have to do something about that. Last week, number 728 went on the arcade floor. It was Ultra X Weapons, released from Banpresto in 1995. If you're a fan of Ultraman, crazy good game. It's an amazing shmup. Great tie into the 60s TV show of Ultraman, and I believe it was put out for the 30th year anniversary of the series. So, such a cool game. I definitely am anxious to put more time on it. I think somebody here is probably going to get a 1cc on it eventually, so anxious to see that. For the standings, for the 10X Championship standings, last week, Mossy Zagopian came in first, which gives him 3 big points for the win. Jamie Tibbetts came in second place, and Chris Plackey came in third place, so he'll be getting 1 point. So the 10X standings currently are Larry Brocky with 13 points, Pete Gores with 12 points, and Jamie Tibbetts right behind there with 11 points. And this week, whatever game this is, it could catch somebody up real easily. So we shall see. Good luck to everybody on that. We've got our scoring contest with the Arcade Wars are still going on with the One Up Arcade out in Brisbane. This time it's in Last Blade 2. We still need another score. So anybody here today, if you can please go put up a score for Last Blade 2, that'll greatly help. James White's saying no. He says he's terrible at fighting games, but somebody's gonna Mad Dog. Okay, somebody here's gonna take care of it. So that is awesome. We'll get our 3 places. James, you should still go do it though. James. Just do it, James. It's easy. Jimbo Slice, come on. Get in there. This last week, it flew by. We had so many crazy things going on. The week before, we were hanging out at Jeff Nauman's, and we started to talk about a couple of things. We had one post showing this off. We showed this on Facebook. This is I had never seen this before, and I'm so happy that we have it here. And there's so much more to cover about what we received. Jeff Nauman, who worked on games like Rampage and Sarge and Xenophobe, worked on so many great games. He donated a great many things, and we are going to be showing them slowly. There's a lot of stuff. This is the first thing we showed off. This is an original screened Bigfoot marquee, which was the original name for Kick, which would, after it came out, would become Kickman. So this is super rare. So awesome to have a piece of history like this. I've scoured the internet and could not find anybody that knew the game was called Bigfoot. And this is just another little piece of history that, again, it's like other arcades. Maybe somebody knew this, but they made this last change. Like, it's so rare that a marquee would go so far into production without being okayed, and then they changed the name at the last minute. So Jeff has all of this knowledge and history, and we're so anxious to talk to him and guys like Brian Colin, who had worked on with so many games, and Jeff Lee and George Petro, Eugene Jarvis, so many cool stories that we've seen come out of talking to the industry people. So we have more coming. So check this out. We're going to have this on display at the arcade. Check it out, because you're not going to see stuff like this anywhere else. Hand that off to Pete Hahn. Thank you, Pete. You know, there's not a ton to cover today, but we've got a couple cabinet upgrades coming up. Excited for that. So definitely stay tuned to our Facebook page, because we have a lot more coming. But I think it's already time. I think we're just... Pete has an announcement. Hold on one second. Today's announcements, I've not been a fan of today's announcements so far, but hopefully here's one from Pete.
I forgot to put it in the planner, but looks like the swap meet is going to be on the 28th of September is what we're looking at now. It is not official. We'll make a post probably in the next day or two, but we're looking at September 28th. So if you're going to be a vendor, hit me up on Facebook. And if not, we hope to see you out then. There's going to be a lot of local vendors, and Doc will be there with his marquees and boards and random knickknacks that he always has. So Yeah, September 28th, next swap meet at Galloping Ghost Productions, 9221.
Thank you, Pete. All right, you got to go back. You're going to, I don't know why, that could have waited for me to summon forth former Gamer of the Year, Pete. How was the weekend?
It was great. I missed everyone last weekend. I was in Milwaukee with my wife. We were celebrating. We saw a concert that she wanted to see, but it was great to be back. Saw a lot of regulars on Saturday. It was really great to see. A little slower day. The weather was beautiful, but it was great to be back. So it was good.
Thank you, Pete. Is there something going on with the swap meet coming up? What's that date?
September 28th.
Mark it down. September 28th. I'm doing a little bit of reorganization with the help of Sam and everybody else. We are going to have every board that is not in the vaults will be on the table. So this is going to be ridiculous. A ridiculous swap meet. So get ready. We're going to hype that one up. So stay tuned for that. But until then, enjoy your Monday mystery game, which is none other than Spatter, Tricycle-san, Sinchan. This Tricycle-san. Now, James, I see a look of puzzled look on James White's face. Imagine if the guy that made Flicky did another game back. Who doesn't love Flicky? Flicky is an amazing game. I love it. Love it. Such a good game. This came out from Sega back in 1984. James, he doesn't know what to think. It's Japanese. He's never heard of it. But it's in his wheelhouse year of 1984. James, he's a good Flicky player. James has got a Flicky score. This was shown initially at T20. This is so rare. I have to lean back on this one. So rare. It is so rare. Very few boards out there. So happy to have this one here. This is, anybody that knows Flicky is probably familiar with this name because same creator, a lot of the same effects, like you can see the scoring and everything, like that's all very reminiscent of Flicky. You're riding your tricycle around, collecting the flower pots. Very, very cool game. We had it debuted at T20 this year. This was another game that was new to the T20. So we are so happy to have it here. And it's, the Japanese name is Tricycle-san, but the U.S. name is Spatter. This is the actual Japanese board, which is it's extremely rare. What's that? Sanrin Sanchan. Let's have, who are we calling up first to play it? All right, come on up. Have you ever played Tricycle-san?
No, I have not, but this is actually a first. I do know about Flicky, though. Flicky is a great game. I didn't understand it when I first played it, but for some reason I fell in love with Flicky the moment I saw it. I've never seen Tricycle-san ever, but at the moment you said it was made, same guys by Flicky, I was like, I'm trying it.
That is awesome. Let's see how you do. So here's one of the things with Flicky. Flicky, such an amazingly well-designed game. You can start. Is it all right if he starts? You're good, man. So Flicky is such a well-designed game. It is one of the few games that I think people don't really look at it and play it. Well, the first time they play it, I don't think they realize the depth of how well designed that game is. And this game has, I have not played this to the depth of that I have of Flicky, but I've seen some top-level playthroughs on this, and there's some ridiculous tech going on. Just like Flicky, it seems like it's easy, but it is not. It is not. It is a tough game. You have to avoid, you can push those cinder blocks, and then you can use them to hit enemies out of the way with the cinder block, but you've got to really time things well. You can jump over enemies, and you clear the level by collecting all the flowers. There are some breaks to the game, and the first 2 levels where there can be a lot of padding. So we will come up with something to rule that out. Gets them both. Cool. Goes around. Gets the cherry. And the flower. Oh! 21.90. After this will wrap up our Facebook live stream. Definitely jump over to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Galloping Ghost Arcade. We're going to be streaming for quite a while. Shout outs to Minimal Noir for joining us. Your Monday mystery game is Tricycle San Spatter, also known as Spatter. What'd you think?
It's pretty challenging. It's for a new game, a little challenging, a little tricky, but once you learn it, definitely like every arcade here, you'll get the hang of it in due time.
Do you see a lot of visual correlations to Flicky?
There is some resemblance to Flicky in here. If you can, like I said, if you played Flicky, you can see it literally. Definitely the sound effects, definitely a Flicky resemblance for sure. Animation, same thing. Like I said, if you played it, you can feel it, you can see it. For sure, it's there.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Right, thank you, man. Thank you.
Thanks. Who's up next? Ed? Stepping up. That is going to wrap it up for our Facebook stream. Jump over to twitch.tv/Galloping Ghost Arcade. Of course, we will be back next Monday at 5 p.m. for another Monday mystery game. This time, it's 729. Next week, 730. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but it'll be good. We've been on this tear of putting out extremely rare games. Contra Evolution, Dragon Gun. What else? Ultra X Weapons, another absurdly rare game. This one right up there. You're not going to find this anywhere else. So thanks everybody on our Facebook stream for joining us. Join us next week. Thanks everybody. This is Doc Mac from the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and we hope to see you around the arcade soon. Thanks a lot, everybody.